everyone, welcome back to my channel and also welcome back to part 3 of the resume app. In this video, we will design the UI screens which includes personal screen, qualification screen, experience screen and preview screen. So let's start with personal screen. Here we already have some code that I didn't explain in detail in the previous video. Hence I'll explain it now. First, we have a package UI screens in which we have 4 screens as shown. The personal screen is a composable function that has 4 parameters. The UI state parameter is used to display the current state of the screen. The onNext callback is triggered when the user finishes entering details and wants to move to the next step, like navigating to another screen. The onPhotoPicked handles when the user selects or updates their profile photo, passing the image URI back to the view model. Finally, onFillChange, name, email, phone, and location is called whenever the user edits their personal details, allowing the updated values to be sent directly to the update state. Got it? In the previous video, we have already defined the parameters actions in the nav roots. Next, create a photo pick variable. Here, we will set up the photo picker logic using remember launcher for activity result with the pick visual media contract which allows the user to choose an image from their gallery. The result of this action is returned as a URI inside the lambda, and that URI is immediately passed to onPhotoPicked, so the parent logic can handle it, such as saving or displaying the selected photo. Now comes the designing part. In the personal screen, we have a top app bar, a title text that says personal details, then an image choosing button, 4 outline text fields for name, email, phone, and location, and lastly a next button. So let's create it. First, create a scaffold in which create a top app bar whose title text is My Resume and text color is white. Then the top app bar color is blue and done. Add experimental exception. Then inside the scaffold, add padding values. Next, create a column with default padding and also 16 dp outer padding. Then keep the vertical arrangement spaced by 12 dp and horizontal alignment as center horizontally. This column covers the entire screen. Then inside the column, create a text that says personal details whose style is headline medium. Next, a spacer of 6 dp height. Again, a column whose horizontal alignment is centered horizontally and vertical arrangement is spaced by 8 dp. In this column, we will have an image that will display the user profile photo for the resume and a button that opens the photo gallery from which the user can choose an image. So create a async image. Async image is used to display an image. Let me quickly add a default image icon and done. Now in the model, add UI state, local photo URI. If any photo is stored, it will display the photo. But if not, then it will display our image icon. Simple. Then content description as selected photo. And the modifier, keep the size 96 dp and clip means shape as circle shape. See, there is nothing deep to explain in designing. It's very basic, right? But wherever logic is present, I will emphasize. Next, below it, create a button whose on-click launches a photo gallery. So pick photo, the logic we created at the start, dot launch. Pick visual media request. Here, only images should be shown to choose from. hence image only. I will keep the button color as blue. And the button text has an if-else condition. So if UI state local photo URI is equal to null, means no photo is displayed, then the button text will be choose photo. Else means photo is present, then the button text will say change photo. This little things makes the user experience better. Next, outside the column, a spacer of 12 dp height. Now, below the profile photo comes the text fields. Our first outline text field is for the name. This is where the user will write their name. The value is bound to uistate.resume.personal.name, meaning whatever text is stored in the state will be shown inside this field, keeping the UI reactive. The on value change calls on field change it null, null, and null, which updates the name whenever the user types, while leaving the other fields unchanged. The label is name. It displays a floating label inside the text box, giving context to the input. The modifier .fillMaxWidth makes the text fill stretch across the screen. And shape is rounded corner shape 16 dp applies the rounded corners. Likewise, we will create text fields for email, phone, and location with a few changes. And done. See, here email, phone, and location. The it holds the position of the value while keeping others null in on-field change. The next a spacer of 12 dp height. Below it, create a row with fill max width and horizontal arrangement as end. This row will consist of a next button where the button will be placed on the left side of the screen. So create a button whose on click performs the on next action which is mentioned in the navigation screen. See, the reason we have mentioned actions in the navigation screen is because this action will be repeated multiple times. Like this next button action is used here and it will be used in qualification screen as well and other screens too. So instead of writing the same code again and again, we create callbacks. Got it? Then keep the button color as blue. Also, we will add mandatory fields like for example, if the name and email of the resume are not blank, it means the name and email fields are present, only then will the next button will be enabled. Otherwise, if any of these fields are blank, then keep the next button disabled. Lastly, keep the button text as next. And that's it. Our personal screen is ready. Next, likewise, we will design the qualification screen too. It's similar, only a few things here and there are changed. So this time, let's do it quickly. Again, we have a composable function qualification screen which consists of UI state, on preview, on next, and on field change as the parameters. The UI state provides the current data or state to be shown on the screen, such as previously entered degree or institution details. The on preview callback allows navigation back to the previous screen, while the on next moves the user forward after filling out the details. The on field change function takes parameters for degree, institution, start date, end date, and skills, and is called whenever the user updates one of these fields, so the changes can be saved in the state. Then next, create a scaffold. Inside it, create a top app bar. This time I am creating the top app bar as center aligned top app bar because we will have a back button on the top app bar too. So we need space for it. Then the title text is my resume and the text color is white. I'll keep the top app bar color as blue. Then I will add a navigation icon on the top app bar through which the user can go to the previous screen, basically from the qualification screen to the personal screen. Hence, a text button whose on-click performs the on-preview action mentioned in the navigation screen. The button text will be black and the color will be white. Add experimental API. Next, inside the scaffold, add padding values and then create a column with default padding values. Outer padding is 16 dp, vertical arrangement spaced by 12 dp, and horizontal alignment as center horizontally. Then inside the column, create a text that says qualification and skills, whose style is headline medium. Next, a spacer of 6 dp height. Again, we will have 5 text fields for degree, institution, start year, end year, and skills. So our first outline text field is for the degree. This outline text field is designed for entering the user's degree for a resume. The value is bound to UI state.resume.qualificationskills.degree, meaning whatever text is stored in the state will be shown inside the field. The on value change calls on field change it null null null, which updates the degree whenever the user types while leaving the other fields unchanged. The label text degree displays a floating label inside the text box, giving context to the input. The modifier .fieldMaxWidth makes the text field stretch across the screen, and rounded corner shape 16 dp applies the rounded corner. Likewise, let me quickly create all the other 4 text fields. See, institution, then inside the row, start year, end year, then outside the row, skills, where on field change is specific to its position. Next, a spacer of 12 dp height. Below it, create a row with field max width and horizontal arrangement as end. Then inside the row, create a button whose on click calls the on next action. Keep the button color as blue and the button text says next. And that's it. Our qualification screen is also ready. Now the experience screen is exactly like the qualification screen. So we are simply going to copy and paste the code and then do the required changes. Here we have a composable function experience screen. Add on-field change parameters such as company, role, experience years, and responsibilities. Remove the extra field. Then the top up bar remains as it is. Next, write the title text as experience. Then comes the text fields. So our first value is company and the text is company name. Likewise, we will do for role, experience years, and responsibilities. We only have 4 fields. Now lastly, here the button will navigate to the next screen only, but it is also the end of resume fields. Hence, I'll keep the button text as finish. And that's it. Our experience screen is also ready. I forgot to add bracket here to correct that. Now let's design the preview screen. Again, it's a composable function with 5 callbacks. This function defines a screen that shows the final preview of the user's entered detail before saving. The UI state provides all the data to be displayed in the preview, such as personal, qualification, or other details. The onEdit callback lets a user go back and make changes, while onDelete clears or removes the current data if they want to start fresh. The onSave database is used to store the information into a database for storage. And onDownload PDF handles exporting the data into a PDF file. Then next, create a create PDF variable. This setups a PDF document creator using Remember Launcher for activity result with the create document contract, which allows the user to generate and save a new file on their device. The meme type application/PDF specify that the file to be created will be a PDF. When the user chooses a location and a name for the file, the system returns a URI for that file. And the lambda URI on download PDF URI immediately passes the URI to the on download PDF function, so it can be used to write or export content. Basically, it connects the system file creation with our app's export logic. Next, create a scaffold. Inside it, create a top app bar, center align top app bar, whose title text is My Resume, and the text color is white. The top app bar color is blue. Add experimental API. This time we will have two buttons on the top app bar. One is the navigation button and two is the action button. So for the navigation icon, create a text button whose on click calls on edit and keep the button text as edit and text color as white. Then actions, create a text button whose on click calls on delete, where the button text says delete and the text color is white. Then add padding values. Inside the scaffold, create a column with default padding, outer padding as 16 dp height, vertical arrangement as spaced by 16 dp, and horizontal alignment as center horizontally. Inside the column, create a title text that says Resume Preview with headline medium. Again, give a spacer of 6 dp height. Then below the title, we will have a resume preview with all the details that will look like this. So what we will do is we will cover this resume card in the next video, which will be our last video, part 4. Otherwise, this video will become very long, so I will leave this place blank for a while. Below the resume card, we have two buttons, Save and Download PDF. Hence, to create that, first create a row with horizontal arrangement spaced by 12 dp. Inside the row, create a button whose on click will call on Save Database. You can backtrack to see the logic of on Save Database. Basically, it will store all the details in the Firebase database. When the data is being stored, that time the button will enable the is saving state, means instead of loading or progress, we will have is saving. Keep the button color as blue. Then the text has an if-else condition. So if the UI state is save, that time the button text will say saving. Else the button text will say save. And keep the text color as white. So create a button whose on click will launch the create PDF function, which we created at the start. Then the PDF file name will be resume underscore whatever the user's name is in the resume. But in case if it is blank, then my.pdf. Next, keep the button color as blue. Also, the button text will be download PDF and the text color will be white. Lastly, display the message. So if UIState.message is not null, it will display that message as a text on the screen. The save call operator dot checks if message exists, and if it does, then let block runs, creating a text composable with the message string it and applying the theme's primary color. If UIState.message is null, nothing is drawn and the line is skipped. The message can be saved or PDF saved or failed, whichever is as per the result. And then our previous screen is also almost ready. In the next and the last video, part 4, we will cover designing the resume card and also the PDF conversion with our final output. Okay? So yeah, that's it for the video. If you're new to this channel, then please consider subscribing to my channel and I'll see you in the next video.